In this video, we are going to see how to send Pabbly subscription billing details to HubSpot. So let's say that every time an invoice is created in Pabbly subscription billing, then you want a deal to be created in HubSpot with the details that you have received here. Now, how can you do that? For this, you will have to set up some integration between the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application would be Pabbly Subscription Billing and your action application would be HubSpot. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab, sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks so that you can easily explore the entire application. Now, since I'm an existing user here, I'm going to click on sign in. And here we have reached all applications page. Now we are using Pabbly Connect for this integration, so I'm going to click on access now here. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. Let's click on create workflow tab, which is here on the right hand side. And as I do that, a dialog box has appeared which is asking me to name this workflow. Now here my objective is to send Pabbly subscription billing details to HubSpot. So I'm going to click on create here. Now as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. Basically, action here is the response of our trigger application. So my first trigger application here as per this integration would be Pabbly subscription billing. So let's click on this. And now the trigger event. So this is the event that will make my workflow start. So this event would be invoice created. This workflow is going to trigger when an invoice is created. So I'm going to click on this. And now here you can see that we have received a webhook URL, which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Pabbly subscription billing. And what we have to do is we have to follow the following steps to set up this connection. So first we have to log into our Pabbly subscription account, and then we have to go to dashboard where we can find settings and then webhook. So let me show you. This is the dashboard of Pabbly subscription billing. Now here on the left hand side you can see settings. So I'm going to click on this. Now we have the webhooks, and here we have to click on add webhook. Now here we have to provide the name of our webhook. So let's say it is a new webhook 1. Okay, now the products. So this webhook for all the products that I buy from this particular application, which is Pabbly subscription billing. Now the plans. So again, this is for all the plans. Here we have to enter the webhook URL that we have received through Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly subscription billing and paste my URL over here. Now here my objective is that this workflow should run every time a new invoice is created. So I'm going to go down, and here we can see various events, and I'm going to select create invoice under invoice head. So once this is done, let's go down, and here I'm going to click on save. So here you can see that we are done with setting up the webhook. I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here it says that now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So I'm going to take you back to Pabbly subscription billing. Let's go to products. So here I've got different products, and let's say that I wish to buy standard plan. So I'm going to click on checkout here. And now let's fill in the following details. So let's say the first name here is demo and the last name here is user. Then we have the email address, which is demouser@pabblytudes.com. So here we have the billing address. The city is India and the state is Madhya Pradesh. Now here I'm going to fill in the test card details. So here it is. And now let's click on complete order. So as I do that, here we can see that our purchase is success. So now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. So yes, here we can see that we have received the API response. And what have we received here? So first of all, here we can see that the event type is invoice create, And then we have the data user ID. Here we have the amount. Then we have here the country. And as I take you down, so this is the plan name. Here we have the currency code. This is the creation time. And as I take you down, here we can see this is the gateway name. And then we have the user details. So this is the email address of my user. And then again here we have the first name and the last name. Again we have the email address. And here is the name of our product. And here we can see that it is a success. So once we have received this entire information, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a delay, which is a feature by Pabbly, for a single minute so that the process can be complete. So here I'm going to delay it for a minute. You can see how much delay do you want to put in workflow. So delay for minutes, and here I have written 1. Let's click on save and send test request. And here you can see that this workflow is now delayed for a minute. Now I'm going to take you down, and what is my objective? My objective is that with the information that I have received above, I should be able to create a deal in HubSpot. So I'm going to inculcate all the information. Now here there is a thing that creation time that we have received. So we have received it in a different format. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to change the format. So here I'm going to use another action step, and this time the application is actually a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. Now the action event here would be to format date only. I only need the date here. So I'm going to click on connect, and then here I have to map the date to be formatted. So here let's look for created. So here is the date, data subscription customer created at. So I'm going to click on this, and now the from format. So this is exactly in the same format, and now the to format would be year, month and date. Let me click on this and click on save and send test request. So as I do that, here we have received the response. Now once I have received this, what is my objective? I have to create a deal in my HubSpot. But before that, I need to check if the user already exists in the HubSpot. So the user who has bought the subscription, first I need to check if the user already exists in my HubSpot. So I'm going to first search for the user. So here I'm going to choose the application as HubSpot. Let's click on this. So first I'm going to search for the contact. So my action event here would be search a contact. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the HubSpot CRM account. Here I'm going to click on add new connection and then connect with HubSpot CRM. I have already logged into my HubSpot CRM account, and here it is asking me to choose an account. So once selected, here you can see that the authorization is now successful. So once Pabbly Connect is connected with HubSpot, so here we have to fill in the information. First of all, how do I want to search? So here I'm going to look for the email address. So as I take you down, we are going to look for email. Here it is. And now operator. So it should be equal to, now I'm going to select certain output properties. So first of all, email. So as I take you down, here is the email. Then it can also be first name. So I'm going to now look for first name. I'm going to take you down here, and this is the first name. Then it can also be the record ID. So as I take you down, this is the record ID. So it can actually select, these are the output properties. Okay, we have multi-selected the properties to be returned. Now the search value. So here I am going to look for the email address, and here it is. So once we have filled in the information, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that we have received the API response. So this is my contact. So this is the email address. This is the first name. So here we can see that this contact already exists in my system, in my HubSpot CRM account. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put a filter. So if this contact already exists in my CRM, then only a deal should be created, else the deal should not be created. So I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly, which is filter. Here it is. Here we have to select the label. So here we have the result ID. I'm going to click on this, and here it should exist. If this result ID exists, that means that the contact exists in my HubSpot, and then only this workflow should continue. So I'm going to click on save and send test request, and here you can see that the condition is true. Why? Because this contact already exists in my HubSpot. And now I'm going to create a deal. So I'm going to go down, and here again I'm going to choose my application as HubSpot. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be to create a deal. Let's click on connect. I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection, and here we have to map this information. Now what is mapping? I already have this information in the previous step, and I'm just going to retrieve it here. So for the currency, I'm going to go to step 1, and here I'm going to look for the currency. So this is our data currency code, data subscription plan currency code. So I'm going to click on this, original source types. So here we have got the following options. I'm going to go ahead with organic search. Now the deal probability. So I'm going to make it 1. Once this is done, the next thing is forecast probability. So I'm going to ignore this field. Again, forecast category. So it is not forecasted. Next step, priority. So here let's select the priority, which is medium. And then we have the name of the deal. So I'm going to take the deal name as the plan name. So I'm going to look for my plan name. As I take you down, this is the name of the plan. And now the amount for this, again, I'm going to go to step 1, and as I take you down, this is the total amount. Then we have the deal stage. Again, I'm going to ignore this field, pipeline. Now we have the close date. So the close date is when the invoice was created. For this, I'm going to take you to step 3, and this is the close date. Once done, I'm again going to take you down, and here we have to enter the deal owner. Basically, if I take you down, it is written here clearly that for deal owner field, enter the owner ID, which can be retrieved using get all owners or search owners by email action. Here we have to add another action step. So I'm going to save this, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another action step over here. And this time it would be HubSpot once again. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be get all owners. And here we have get all owners. Let's click on connect. So I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. And as I click on save and send test request, so it is going to give me the information of all the owners. And here is the owner ID that we have received that we need in the next step. So I'm going to once again set up this connection, go ahead with the existing connection. And now as I take you down, here is the deal owner. I'm going to go to step 6, and this is the ID. So once done, deal types. So you have got 2 options, new business and existing business. I'm going to go ahead with new business. Now the deal description. So we don't need this. Close lost reason and close won reason. Again, we don't need this right now. I'm going to leave this blank. Let's click on save and send test request. And here we have received the API response where we have got the ID, close date, created date. Then we have the currency code, standard plan. Then the deal type is new business, owner ID we have received, analytics source is there, created date, etc. But here you can see that we do not have the contact details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another action step. Again, my application would be HubSpot CRM. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my contact to the deal. So add contact to deal. Let's click on connect. Again, go ahead with the existing connection. And here we have to enter the contact identifier value. Basically, we have to enter the contact ID. So I'm going to map this. Okay. And I'm going to delete this. Now, if I take you to the step 4, which is search a contact. So this was the ID that we had received, and this is the contact identifier value. Let's click on this. And now the deal ID. Select the deal from the drop down or map the deal ID in which the contact is to be added. You can get deal ID from search a deal action. So here either you can select the plan or you can go for the ID. So here I'm going to map the deal ID. So I'm going to click on this, delete this. And now where we have created a deal, here it is. So let's look for the deal ID. So this is the deal ID, right? So once we have received this, now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that we have received our information. So once we have done this, what should happen? Automatically a deal should be created in HubSpot with all the details. So now I'm going to take you to HubSpot. Let's go to sales, go to deals. And here you can see that a deal has been created under the name standard plan. I'm going to click on this. So here we can see that it was created at this particular time, and then here this is the amount, this is the name of our plan, and the deal type is new business, the priority is medium, this is the deal owner, and here the contact has been created. So basically our integration process is a success, but we also need to check this in real. So what I'm going to do is I'm again going to go back to Pabbly Subscription Billing. Here again I'm going to click on this checkout for this plan, standard plan. And here I'm going to fill another information. Let's say the name is new and the last name here is user. And then we have the email address, which is new user@pabblytudes.com. Then we have the billing address. So let's say the name of the country is India. State here is Madhya Pradesh. Then we have the details of my card. So here once we have filled in the details, I'm going to click on complete order. And here you can see that the purchase has been made. Now as soon as the purchase has been made, what should happen? Automatically a deal should be created in HubSpot. Now since we had put a delay for a minute, so we are going to wait for a minute and then we are going to go and check our HubSpot deal. So let me take you to my HubSpot now, and here again I'm going to go to sales deals. And here you can see another plan has been created. Let's look into this. And yes, here we have the deal owner, then the deal type is new business, priority is medium. Here we have the amount, the name of the plan, and the contact has also been created, which basically means that our entire integration process is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was Pabbly Subscription Billing, where the event was invoice created, and then we had put an action application, which is a feature by Pabbly delay for the minute. Then our next action application was again a feature by Pabbly date time formatter, where we had formatted the date. Next, our action application was HubSpot CRM. First, the event was to search a contact, and then we had put a filter to see if this contact exists. And then again my action application was HubSpot CRM, where we had the event as get all owners to receive the owner ID. And then we had the application again HubSpot CRM, where we had created a deal, and finally we had added a contact to this deal. So I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any other query or if you wish to work on some specific integration, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.